In today's health alert, the FDA might approve new COVID boosters as early as Friday. Thank you for staying with us. I'm Brian Abel.
And I'm Glenda Lewis. If the CDC agrees, these updated boosters could be ready by next week. The news comes as a new variant continues to spread in the U.S. and is raising concerns. Our chief health editor, Dr. Partha Nandi, joins us. And Doc, what can you tell us about this new vaccine, and will it protect us against the new variants?
Yeah, a lot of patients are asking me. The updated booster shot, Glenda, is a monovalent vaccine, so it not only targets one strain, the Omicron subvariant XBB.1.5. However, this strain is not the dominant strain anymore. It not only causes about 3% of COVID cases in the U.S., and that's because the coronavirus is constantly changing. We know that. In fact, we have an alphabet soup of circulating subvariants here in the U.S. with 31 Omicron lineages currently being tracked in the CDC. Now, right now, the two dominant subvariants making up 36% of new cases are EG5 and FL151. But the latest variant making headlines is another one, BA.2.86. And while it has not gained much traction here in the U.S., its large number of mutations has raised some alarms. As concerning as some of this sounds, there's really good news. The new booster should still protect against the newer subvariants because they're closely related. Moderna's lab results suggest that the new booster shot showed about 8.7 11-fold increase in the neutralizing antibodies against the BA.2.86, EG5, FL151. We talked about those variants that are causing problems now. And Pfizer's updated booster also showed a strong ability to create antibodies to fight the newer subvariants as well. And he was talking about the antibodies are key.
Yeah, antibodies are. So who will get this new booster, and will it help protect against going to the hospital? Because we know hospitalization's on the rise.
Yeah, so number one, right, hospitalizations, COVID hospitalizations especially, have been going up since July. And Glenda, the latest data from the CDC shows hospitalizations went up by 16% in the week ending August 26th. Just over 17,400 people were admitted for complications. On top of that, deaths are also on the rise. And sadly, the number of people dying from COVID went up by nearly 18%. So that's terrible news. So can the boosters help? According to the CDC, they should work well when it comes to preventing severe disease from the circulating variants and also offer extra protection against hospitalization. That's key. As for who can get these new boosters, that's something the CDC is going to decide, and their advisory committee is scheduled to meet next Tuesday, and they'll recommend who should get the updated booster. I expect, Linda, adults 65 and older and people who are immunocompromised to be eligible, as these folks are most at risk. However, I encourage anyone who can get the shot, do so. I'm going to. Even if you don't worry about getting really sick, the vaccine can make your symptoms milder and shorter. So we'll be waiting with bated breath for the CDC.
All right, you're showing your age, Doc. Are you getting one?
I'm going to get one. Even if I was 35, I'd get one.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's great advice. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
And be sure to tune in to this week's episode of the Dr. Nandi Show. This week, he's exploring how food affects our mood and how we can incorporate mood-boosting alternatives to our diet. The doctor sitting down with a therapist and wellness speaker to talk about the connection between mood disorders and nutrition. That's Sunday at 1 p.m. right here on 7.